Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Amanda Sarai, and it's still January, so I can say happy January. And I wanted to come on finally to share a little update as to, what's going on with the energies, but also what I've been going through this year, because it's been already such a full year and we've only gone through 1 month. So 2024, happy 2024. It's a year of infinite possibilities, abundance, wealth, prosperity, flow, expansion. These are the energetics contained within this year. And of course, we're coming up on the year of the dragon. So I was all immersed in that energy, feeling it when Jupiter went direct on December 31st. And I did I did a retreat on the first day of the year, like a mini day retreat. And I did an 8-day infinite possibilities challenge, and it was really fun and magical and wonderful. And then I had a lot going on. I did a masterclass, Unleash the Dragon. All of that's available. The Infinite Possibilities is still available for free if you want to dive into that. It was powerful and wonderful and magical. So it's only going to be free for a little while because there's a lot of potent information and wisdom in there. A lot of gold, as somebody said. So I appreciate that feedback. But anyway, what happened then was that I got thrust into another deep portal of rebirth with Pluto moving into Aquarius. And we know that these transits are big and they're major, and it can be a massive up level. But in order for us to embody those frequencies, we always have to release what is not in alignment. And what came up for me was what is coming up for a lot of people collectively. So I wanted to speak into it a little bit without going into all the details necessarily. But what we've been doing is really clearing and completing these collective karmic timelines, and it's personal as well. Of course, many of us are here to clear for the collective through our personal. So it's this duality that we're experiencing. And this phrase, we can't take it with us. You can't take it with you. That's a sign in Tulum, where I lived, for about a year total over the last few years. Did a lot of deep healing while I was there, but I also was confronted with a lot of the polarity. So what I have been working on clearing is all of that karmic baggage that went so deep that I didn't even realize it was still there. And there is this expression that I keep coming back to. It's, we teach what we most need to learn. And we choose our soul lessons and soul growth based on what our soul mission is as well, because those experiences give us wisdom. It's from the wounds that we gain the wisdom, right? We turn the pain into power, into purpose, into passion and pleasure. So this is what an alchemist does. This is what we are here to do, to alchemize that darkness into a brilliant wholeness of the light. So when we integrate that darkness, the light becomes full. It becomes the full spectrum of the diamond, the fractals of the diamond. So this is something that has been in my conscious awareness for years, of how this process of integration works. We alchemize the darkness, the shadows from the darkness, into this really radiant, brilliant sense of wholeness that then radiates out from this fractaled rainbow brilliance, right? So without that, it's an empty light without going through the darkness. And it's within the darkness that we find the light. So all of this is for our highest good. I just want to anchor this in with that. And what this year is about is anchoring in so deeply into our truth, into our purpose, into our mission. So we are here to really solidify the foundation. This year is very much about the foundation of our creation, what we are here to build and create in the new earth as we step into heaven on earth and our deep soul purpose missions, really anchoring in the legacy, our soul purpose legacy, our soul mission that we are here to build and create, whatever that is for each and every every one of us. What are we here to birth into reality? That is going to be unique for every single one of us. Our unique fractal of existence is here to bring some aspect of magic into this physical reality, and this is how we're going to shift it. We have to start within, as within, so without, right? So if there are aspects of us that are still holding on to the old energies of density, of lack, of unworthiness, of fear, of separation, of scarcity, of judgment, any of that and beyond, the shame, the guilt, the insecurities, I've gone through layers of all of the above myself. And as you step forward, there's going to be new layers. As you continue to grow and expand, you're going to have to expand through new layers. So that's what I've been doing in the last couple weeks myself. And of course, the first half of the year it was recording, but it was more on the, the personal, not the personal side. It was more private. You had to be signed up on the Facebook group for the Infinite Possibilities, but I've made that available. The recordings are available now. So I was doing a lot, and then I was like, okay, and I'm going to post everything on, I'm going to start sharing again. And I was just kind of like, so that's where I've been. This is what I've been doing. And I feel so grounded, so much more myself again, but more my whole self. And I'm sure there's more layers that I'm going to confront, and there's more for me to alchemize as I continue to move forward. But this is part of what it means to be a light worker, is to confront those shadows head on. Part of what it means to be a healer is to heal yourself. So this is what I've been working on. This is what I've been integrating on a whole other level, on a whole other layer. I've been around the block and there's more to go. My soul chose a pretty big mission. My soul chose to alchemize a lot from my ancestral lineage. My soul has been around the block in many lifetimes. And there's just a lot that we are clearing and purging from the collective millennia worth of persecution, of enslavement, of bondage. I mean, we can look around at the world very visibly, very palpably. We can see these shadows coming to light, the shadows of the darkness in humanity. So what is going on right now is the truth is being revealed. This is the true meaning of apocalypse, is revelation, of bringing things to light, lifting the veil. So we're lifting the veil of illusion, but it's also lifting the veil of illusion to reveal the truth of not just the darkness, but the truth of the brilliance of who we really are. That we are golden, that we are pure, that we are brilliant, radiant lights, that we are diamonds ready to shine forth. So we've been polishing the diamonds, and we've been alchemizing that lead into gold. So, the coal has to go under the pressure to become the diamond. And alchemy is real, but it's happening on an internal level. So this is what many of us are doing collectively, and we're clearing and releasing ourselves from these old timelines. The karmic timelines are coming to completion. We're clearing the spells, the siphons, the black magic, like all sorts of wonkiness that has been put on us. Many of us have been targeted by it, and it sounds dark because it is, but we're also so powerful. Our lights are so powerful. And it's all to serve our highest soul's evolution. When we can look at that and shift our perspective on what it's doing for us, how it's serving our highest good by empowering us to reclaim our power and to alchemize all of that shadow into a greater wholeness, into a more brilliant light. That is also us reclaiming aspects of ourselves, taking back all our power from all those places and people and energies and aspects that we're trying to siphon our life force energy, we take that back and become a far more powerful creator, having gone through all of that and alchemized it into light, into power, into our warrior selves. So this is what this portal has been doing for us. And this full moon was the wolf lion full moon last week. And I was going through some ceremonial processes to release. And I trust the alignment, I trust the timing, and that wolf and lion aspect is really calling us forward into our leadership, into our power. And it was very much about heart healing. And those energetics are still present with us as we move forward, because again, we're integrating everything that we've been going through to become our whole full selves, stepping powerfully into our leadership and our purpose and our power and our mission. So whatever it is that you have been going through, whatever it is that you have been alchemizing, dream space has been wild for me. If you have been experiencing wild dreams, dark, heavy, I just saw 11:01 on the clock. So 111, a lot of alignment, and now it's 11:11. So yeah, like a lot of people have been experiencing a lot of wonkiness in the astral, and many of us are going to the same places. I had this affirmed just kind of synchronistically, and I was just there were 2 nights this week, and then last night I had a dream that felt like it was the completion of the old karmic timeline. It was the clearing of those old timelines, solidifying. It felt like there could be nuance there that I still need to work through too, and I'm leaving space for that. But the previous 2 nights, I felt so heavy when I woke up. I felt drained, like I had literally lived it out, like it was pulling on my energy, siphoning. And yeah, it was struggle, it was strife, it was the suppression of the feminine, the siphoning of the innocence, and conflict and chaos. That was the energy of those dreams. And then last night it was like the reparations. It was the repayment, it was the recognition. That's the energy that it felt more like. And again, leaving room for nuance, because there's also a lot of there's a lot of trickster energy going on out there too. So discernment is absolutely key. But I'm also like, okay, how do I feel right now? I feel like my essence has been restored, if that makes sense. So after going through some weeks of the inner turmoil and chaos coming up to the surface to be cleared, to be released, it was deep past life stuff being removed. And maybe I will share about that at some point, the details of what I've experienced karmically, past life-wise. But not now. It's not the time to share the details of that. Maybe for a book. The whole journey that I've been through is quite an interesting one. But I just wanted to speak into kind of from a zoomed out perspective through my own lens at the same time, energetically what we've been going through, because there's a great deal of chaos happening in the collective. I woke up from this dream that included a lot of conflict in it yesterday, to hear about things going on in another country in the Middle East. And I was just like, oh geez, what's going on now? Because I try not to tune into the news so much, but at the same time, that's siphoning, it's distraction, and that is not where my energy is meant to be focused on, right? Where our attention goes, our energy flows. So we've got to pull our energy back and focus our attention very, very clearly and determinedly, if that's a word, on building, on creation based on love, on a foundation of harmony. So this is what we're being called into. Focusing our energy on doing is to create that solid foundation and to create from the heart space. But in order to do that, we do have to clear out the the miasma, all of the turmoil, the chaos, the conflict within. We have to clear out the wounds, the pain, the trauma. And sometimes there's layers that we didn't realize are still there, as it was in my case. I was like, ooh, what is going on? Like, why is there like it felt like there was like interference and stuff like that. And it was because there was still this really deep, like the one of the core wounds going back lifetimes. Let's just put it that way for now. And it was the original source, I suppose you could say. So I thought that had been dealt with on some layer, and not until the other weekend. So there we go. But then there's residual that we have to work through and process. And what this is very much about, I think, underlying most of humanity's blocks toward abundance, toward love, toward receiving and having all that we desire, is worthiness. Worthiness is the root of it all. I'm really beginning to see and recognize that worthiness is underlying so much of what we have been kept separate from, and that includes our connection to the divine. Do we feel worthy of asking for what we want? Do we feel worthy of asking the divine for assistance? Do we feel worthy of that direct connection? So this is what I've been really leaning into. This is also my core wound, and my name means worthy of love. And in the center of my name is Emerald Isle, so Erin Peace as well. So this is really what I've been called to go deeper into. And this is what Soul Gold is about, to remember that we are golden. So this is opening up and blossoming in a way that I didn't even foresee and perceive energetically when I first had the inspiration to create this container. So it's energetically been upgraded because I have been upgraded. So this is going to be an 8-week container beginning on now February 22nd. So this is going to go deep into the worthiness and to releasing any blocks and clearing these layers of separation and illusion that have been keeping us from stepping into our power, from keeping us from receiving and having the resources that we need to build and create. So this is the intention, this is the vision, and we're working with the energy body, specifically aspects of the different chakras. So root, sacral, then we're going to do a lot of focus on the lower chakras, and there's embodiment practices included in this as well. So what I teach is embodiment, self-mastery at the core, but it's all about allowing our spiritual essence to shine through. And that's what embodied ascension is, really, truly. It's about bringing these frequencies down into the body, and we've got to anchor them all the way down through our lower chakras. This is what spiritual bypassing is ignoring those lower chakras. So I'm going to be in a beautiful location as of tomorrow. That's another layer of what I've been going through, is I'm going to be moving to a new location with some beautiful magical creatures. So I will be sharing more about that tomorrow when at some point over the next several days when I have an opportunity to share, because it's really, really magical and very healing at the same time. So it's going to be profoundly beautiful and surrounded by a lot of green. A profoundly beautiful place to be anchoring in the energies for this container. So I'm just really in awe and so grateful for this path and the way that I've been guided myself. And I know that it will all come through energetically in exactly the most divine, beautiful way. So I will share the links below for Infinite Possibilities, that 8-day reset that is available for free, but only for a few more days. And for Unleash the Dragon, if you didn't get that, that's a whole anchoring into the energetics of 2024, and it's only $11. And there's a guided visualization to work with the Emerald Dragon of Abundance as it came through and to meet your own personal dragon. So that's really fun, only $11. And then Soul Gold, I'll link below, and there's a beautiful early bird special going forward for a short time. So if you feel called, now is the time. It's time to choose you. Regardless of how you move forward, it is time to choose you, and that is the message that I would like to share with you today. Onward and upward in love and light. Thank you so much for being here. I so appreciate the likes, subscribes, comments. Please share with me what you've been experiencing this month, because it's been a really wild one. I'm sending you much love, onward and upward in love and light, and I will see you soon, I promise.